comfort with the rest of the team, the offense? How does it feel for you?
I'm very comfortable. Coach Guano, Coach Gillingham, Coach Baldwin, they all do a great job of teaching these guys and teaching me what they want in their players and what they want to produce on the field. So I'm pretty comfortable with what they want, and everything that they want us to put in to be successful is going on the right path. So I'm pretty comfortable at the moment.
And then Coach Dillingham mentioned obviously having more than one back, and running back. Yes, you want the ball, but do you kind of take the thought that like less is more? If there's more guys having success, you might get less carries, but it needs for bigger explosion on the field.
Yeah, I've always, like I told the other guys, I'm in for success, whoever it is. I'm not a very selfish guy. I don't like being the star of the show. If I am, I am. But you're never going to see me getting on a guy because he's doing good or popping on the sidelines because someone else is playing better than me. I like to see everybody succeed. Of course, if I have a bad game or something, it's my personal issue, but I never let another guy know that I had a bad game or I feel that way. I'm always going to tell the guy that had a good game, great game. And if he didn't have a good game, I'm going to tell you to pick your head up and you got another one ahead of you. So that's the biggest thing for me.
And from the guys that came in after spring ball, the newcomers, how do you feel that they've gelled with the team so far?
Pretty good. It's hard for young guys to mix into the groove, especially with all these transfer guys coming in. Everybody kind of got a connection really quick. And with the young guys coming in, it's a little different than just seeing a bunch of older guys come together. Because they don't quite know what the college life is or college football practices are. So with the transfers coming in, it was a little easier. With the young guys coming in, it's different because you have to get acclimated to them. You have to get acclimated to college life and being maturing at the same time. So.
And it's not a whole week at Camp T. It's a few days. But just going up to Camp T, obviously, I know Coach talking about everybody putting down their phones. How cool of an experience is that going to be for you guys?
I love it because I like my phone, but I could live without it. I honestly wish there was no phones because I could drive down the street or walk down the street and go talk to somebody without needing my phone. So I don't think it's going to be any issue for me to not have my phone, and I think it's going to be a great experience for everybody to learn a lot about each other without a phone. And
you don't think Coach Dillingham's going to pull a Coach Cush and make anybody walk back down the hill to get home, right?
If he does, he does. It wouldn't be surprising. It probably won't be Coach Dillingham. Definitely be Coach Joe that pulled back trigger. I wouldn't be surprised for sure.
A lot of guys have mentioned you as one of the most impressive in the weight room or just off the field. Who impresses you in the weight room or with their athleticism?
Jordan Clark is a big guy for me. As I work my way up in the chain in the weight room, we work out every day together. We're right next to each other every day, switching weight together. For him being 190 pounds, he is very impressive in the weight room and being off the field, and just his athleticism is nonetheless impressive. So
yeah,
he's a big guy. He's a very big role model for me. No matter how good I am or how good he is, he'll always be somebody I look up to.
A lot of people mention him as one of the top leaders on the team. Who else do you think are like the prominent leaders?
If JC talks, then something's wrong. Or if he says something that needs to be fixed, then it needs to be fixed. He doesn't talk very much, but when he does, you know something's going up. But there's a lot of guys on the team that take that initiative role. You have X on the defensive side, plays safety. He's a very big role model on that side of the ball. Trenton Bourget, Jalen Conyers, you have all those guys that step up, and when those guys talk and something's going wrong and those guys say something, it needs to be fixed.
I was just talking to Leaf and I talked to Guillory. There's a lot of guys who have been very successful at not the Power 5 level on this team. And it seems like you guys don't get the type of, buzz, media, whatever, nationally that you guys probably deserve. And you experience that. How does that feel? Does that put an extra sort of incentive that you guys have, or?
It doesn't bother me. I can talk to somebody all day long. It's better without the phone in their face. Nothing against you guys, but I like to talk to you guys as normal people. You know what I mean? So when I have interviews, people get all like jitter-jatty and all nervous, but it's just like have a conversation with the guy, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, all these guys that came from the FCS level, I mean, they don't understand what media is. Same reason I don't understand it. So, I'm here to play football. I mean, I'm going to talk to who wants to talk to me. I'm not the guy that's going to say no. So if you guys ever have questions or anything, I'm always open.
Do you think that that people might be sleeping on the potential of this team, just given how it was put together with so many transfers like you?
I mean, I don't doubt anybody in the country. Like we had 40-something guys come in or 30-something guys come in that are new. I see why people put us under the dirt and tell us we're going to be 3-9, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to show when we're on the football field of what we're going to be. So I kind of try to avoid looking at those things that people put us under and telling us we're not going to be very good. So we'll just see when we get on the field.
Where do you think that your toughness and your resiliency comes from? Because I went back and watched like your high school film. It was very obvious even then, just that you were just a hard hat guy. Like, was this always the way you were? Coaches or parents or who? How did this happen?
Yeah, from when I started playing around 5 years old, my dad was on me. And we had a team from when I was 5 years old to 18 years old in high school. That team stuck together through my whole life. And when you're around a group of guys like that to play football with, and you guys win a lot, you guys do anything to win games. So I mean, those guys taught me a lot about myself, to be tough. I had to be that role model that stepped in. When a guy wasn't being tough, I had to show him how to be tough. And it took a lot to take that role through my life, but at this time, I mean, my dad spanked me when I was a kid. My brother was hard on me as an older brother. So I mean, it was hard growing up, but I mean, it taught me the right in life.
Did you feel like this team worked really hard in the off season? Like what was the vibe like and the intensity of it?
Yeah, I mean, every guy that's been in the locker room works their butt off every day. Of course, you have the guys that fall apart here and there during team runs or short lives, but I mean, at the end of the day, those guys are picked up. The other guys are picking them up and showing them the way. So we're not seeing it as often anymore, but it's definitely getting a lot better. Everybody kind of being on the same page of how we want to work.
When you see guys bounce off of you, fail to tackle you, when you're running through guys, how does that feel like in the moment? And do you sense that guys are maybe scared to try to tackle you sometimes?
I try not to think about that, with the guy being scared to tackle me, because then it's kind of blowing up my head a little bit. But honestly, I have no idea sometimes I don't even feel guys. When they do hit me in the leg and it just bounces off, you might see me breaking the tackle, but honestly, I don't even feel it sometimes. So it's kind of comes to me naturally. I have a weird sixth sense of when guys are around me and when I need to, when I feel a guy around me trying to tackle me. But yeah, I mean, I just like to play ball.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you're the type, it seems like, who would rather try to run over somebody than juke them, or is it situationally?
I mean, I've never been a juke guy. I've been a your face guy my whole life. I don't. I grew up watching the guys that were physical and not very jukey. I like watching more older film with older guys and guys that grew up in the 80s or that played ball in the 80s and 90s, even the early 2000s. That's a lot better to me watching that game than today's game, because that's more like my style of football.
Like a Gerald Riggins or somebody, some throwback.
Yeah. Mike Allslott.
Mike Allslott,
that's my boy.
Yeah.
And I know, talked about obviously going to camp team, going on the road. Usually coaches say teams bond a little bit more on the road. In football, different than basketball. But having 8 home games, how do you feel that helps you guys? And even helps the young guys just get accustomed to college football.
So at the FCS level, we came from home to the game on a Saturday. Here, I guess we stayed at a hotel the night before, and we're together still, just like it's a away game. So I feel like every week is going to be an away game, so everyone's going to get the bonds. Everyone's going to get the same bond as an away game. So hopefully that that chemistry racks up over the 8 games that we are home, and everyone's sticking together.